Well, hello again, and welcome to part two of our three-part video series. I'm Linda, and I'm here with Alicia. And last time we were talking about what healing is and how we address it in the book, how we distinguish it from curing, for example. Today we want to really look at the question, how do I claim wholeness no matter what? If you missed part one, it's linked here and you'll be able to catch up with that. So, Alicia, how do I claim wholeness no matter what?
Well, I think it's a big ask, right? But in order to do that, we're going to have to get a definition of what wholeness is. So in this book, we have laid out, I think there are 4 definitions of wholeness. So the first one would be wholeness is the original and absolute you that can know and feel itself.
Yes, wholeness also, in fact, the definition in you'll find in a dictionary is wholeness also means completeness. And that means that even though it might feel differently, nothing can be missing from us. That is a huge thing to recognize, especially at a time when it sure feels like something is missing.
Love that one. Wholeness is also immutable, unchangeable, and unbreakable.
Yes, and that means that nothing can be broken about you. Again, it's a mind blower when you're feeling otherwise. But this is an important thing to know that that wholeness cannot be taken from you. It can't be, right? You can't be incomplete or broken in any way. We say it this way, nothing can be missing, wrong, or broken about you in truth. So another definition of wholeness is it is the reality of you that is independent from your circumstances. It goes back to our thought in the first video that says we are more than a body and a set of circumstances. So, how do you do this? How do you claim wholeness no matter what? Well, the big teaching in our discipline of New Thought, and also in this book, is that we do this through the power of mind. You know, when I start to recognize that my thoughts are influential to my mood and to my sense of what I can do and be, I start to see that my prominent, repeated thoughts about how bad things are, they deplete my energy. And they keep me pessimistic about my future. And more important, most important, I think, they lead to a belief that I am not whole. You know, so I have to work with my mind.
Are you all right? No. What's wrong? I'm cashed. Why? I have no idea. Well, have you ever thought about it being happy? Yeah. What happened? Pissed me off.
Yeah, definitely. And I think also on the flip side of that, we have to also work with our feelings because it's not always sunshine and rainbows. I know people say that a lot, but especially in our culture today, there's something to be said about toxic positivity. Okay, I know
Oh,
you've heard
yeah.
that term,
Hmm.
but it is dangerous for you to think that you don't have to acknowledge something that feels wrong, even though we're saying there is nothing wrong or missing or broken. If it feels wrong in that moment, for you to not acknowledge that and how that's coming up for you is causing more harm than good. So it's huge. I think that's probably the biggest thing that I had to switch to prioritize myself, to prioritize my healing.
Hmm.
Notice I didn't say my journey.
Yes, 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 yes. And, you know, we learn to distinguish again between feelings and thoughts. And we also we also learn that our feelings don't have to determine our next actions, right? That we can feel feelings without acting on the basis of our feelings. And this means being able to feel them, let them go, feel the energy of them as they release, and then deliberately make the next choice of what we're going to do. So, we're going to have much more about this. You're going to see it in the book. You're going to be able to do your own work around this to whatever degree this makes sense to you. But you can pre-order the book, of course, and we're going to have the links to that below, as well as to our March 4th launch event. So please join us for that. And share this with a friend because somebody that you know might really benefit from this message.
Yeah, absolutely. And at our live event, I know we're going to be able to answer some of your questions live, but this right here, this is also a good place to get some of those questions answered before the book even comes out. So we would love to know what your reactions are to last week's post and this one as well. And what do we want them to work on this week? What's the question for this week, Mom?
I think it's share one way that you work with yourself to claim your wholeness. What do you do? How do you work with your mind and with your feelings in order that allows you to be able to claim your wholeness? Yeah.
Awesome. So please share below, like and subscribe as always. And next week, we are going to have our final video in this series, part 3 to our healing series. Probably going to be the most fun. We are going to give our recommendations for what to do and what to ditch. Okay? We're talking about advice from others, pretty much anything that comes to mind, things that we feel are going to help you in redefining healing for you. So stay tuned. We hope you guys have a great week.
We'll see you next time.